You want more macaroni? No, eat the rest of your food first, and then I'll come get you some macaroni. Yeah. Hello, Facebook friends and family. How are you guys doing again today? I think yes, I'm live on my original page right now. I went live on my Kiera Williams page earlier. But as I was sitting here, my shirt is still a little bit wet right there. I don't know why. I'm done washing the dishes and I'm done cooking too. And the food is really good actually. Like really, really good. My baby asking for more macaroni already. I just fixed his food. But anywho, I was talking earlier for one because I had made my kids get up and clean up the basement because sometimes our dog poops in the basement, so the basement needs to be clean. And you know how teenagers sometimes they have attitude, sometimes they don't. When you got to clean up, kids, okay. So that was making me think of the phrase "it costs to be the boss." And I can apply that to many different things. Like, let's just say, you know, if you work in a medical field and you go to school to, let's say, be a registered nurse or something. And no, I'm not a registered nurse. I used to want to be a registered nurse until I became a CNA. And it changed my whole perspective of nursing and being in the medical field all in general. That ain't even got shit to do with half the shit that you learn about the medical field once you get into the medical field. But, and that's just like McDonald's and shit. You know how some people love McDonald's and then they start working at McDonald's and they don't eat McDonald's no more? Because they be like, oh my God, if you knew what happened to the food, or if you knew how it really looked before we cooked it and before we did this and that, you would not eat it. That's how I feel about the medical field. But anywho, when I was a CNA or whatever, I used to be thinking like, damn, nurses don't really do shit, but they get paid more than we do. But us being the CNAs, we be doing all the work. It costs to be the boss. As a CNA, you can go take a 2-week CNA program and then you're just a caregiver, a CNA. If you want to become a certified nurse assistant or a CENA, which I believe was certified evaluated nurse assistant, meaning that you went and took the state test or whatever, then you become a CENA. Then you can go into stuff like patient care technicians and all that type of stuff. You can go deeper. You want to get into phlebotomy, medical assistance, whatever you want to do. I've been in the field. So anyway, I was a CENA. I was a CNA, state certified, evaluated, and everything like that. And I'm like, damn, the nurses ain't even doing shit. Like, I used to work for this one company and the nurse ain't do shit but tell us CENAs what the fuck to do. But now that I'm older, I know that it costs to be the boss, which I'll never be nobody like that anyway. Even if I was to become a nurse, I think I'll be the type that still be helping CENAs or whatever. It's just who I am. If I was to get a restaurant right now, I'd still be in that bitch cooking, and I would need other people to help me cook, and them motherfuckers still gonna be getting paid like $40 an hour. We need to sell this food so y'all can make this money. You know, because even being an owner, you probably gonna make your money regardless. But you know, that don't mean that you want to chump change your employees. Like, to me, $20 an hour still ain't enough for people to survive. Especially for people who, and that's just me speaking as a single parent, and I'm normal, like average, meaning as far as I don't even care about half the shit that other people care about. As long as my house is decent and, you know, stuff like that, I pretty much be cool. But some people, like, they gotta go shopping every week or so. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that. It's their lifestyle. So that's what I'm saying. $20 enough. I mean, $20 an hour ain't even enough for some people. But in this day and time, you kind of consider to be having a decent job if you up in the $20, $25 an hour range. But when you really think about it, like somebody like me, $25 an hour ain't really nothing for real. And then if you start taking taxes out, or again, it depends on your lifestyle. If you work close to your job or further away from your job, how much are you spending on gas? How much are you spending on food? How much are you spending just to even keep up the job itself? Not even outside life, like rent, bills, car notes, insurance, utilities, and shit like that. So it costs to be the boss. To be a registered nurse, well, I think you got to go to school for about 4 years, or they may have programs out right now. They got like little LPN programs that you can go to for a year or whatever. That's why a lot of people dying up in this motherfucker too. Some shit you can't learn in a year. But anywho, I say that to say you can take a 2-week class to be a CNA. But in order to be a registered nurse, you got to put at least 2, 3, 4 years into it, right? So, granted, you doing the most of the work, you haven't had the proper training per se that they require to be a nurse. And I've been a CNA. Okay, I was a CNA for 10 years. I've witnessed some CNAs who knew more than registered nurses. And it's because of their job and their rapport with their clients. You got a registered nurse, she just coming in to pass the motherfucking meds. Because you have to be, well, you could be a med passer. But I'm saying some narcotics and some shit like that, some certain things nurses do. She might just be coming in to clean the trach up real quick. But a CNA, you can't do that by yourself. Because they don't feel like you have the proper training. However, your granddaddy could have had a trach. And you used to have to clean that bitch all the time. That's just like me. I'm not a phlebotomist, but I know how to draw blood. And my mother was a dialysis patient. And it was one point in time where she had to bring the dialysis at home. You know how you can have dialysis done at home opposed to going to the dialysis center? It was at one point in time when my mom was getting ready to have her kidney transplant and stuff like that. They would more so put her in isolation. She was getting it done at home. And I had to give her IVs and everything. So before I even took a CNA class or before I went to medical assistant school and shit like that, I knew how to draw blood and drip an IV and everything because my mama needed it. That's what I'm saying. Some people come into the field already knowing what they're doing because they've been trained already. But it costs to be the boss. If I start a business, like, okay, hold on. The nurse is doing less because she already been doing this. Like, you got to be a CNA and go through the CNA steps before you become a registered nurse. LPN or whatever. You start off at the bottom. Started from the bottom, now we here. So you starting off as the CNA. So granted, even though I'm only a CNA, I'm coming in with the same type of experience as a nurse. So when my patient is sick as fuck and the nurse down the hall and she can't come right now, I know what to do. So I'm doing it. And that's what I mean. Sometimes CNAs, they work way harder than registered nurses who only passing meds and changing wounds and stuff. You got a CNA, she doing transfers. She's wiping ass, brushing teeth, plucking chin hairs, doing hair, straightening up the eyebrows. She doing the peri area, all that type of shit. You got to shave her down there or she's going to be smelling. All types of stuff. And the nurse, she just checking the meds, doing the count, and telling you what the fuck to do. And I'm just giving an example. But she doing that because she already used to be a CNA before. So it costs to be the boss. So granted, you know what you're doing. You still only a CNA in this medical field. And if you want to be a boss, you got to work your way up here. Now, that don't mean that you don't got to go be a registered nurse. You already know what the fuck you doing. If you can go get other type of license and open up a group home or something. And then you can hire a registered nurse, because in order to run a group home, you do have to have registered nurse come in and stuff like that, I believe. Because I had, what's the Lara or something, LARA and stuff. I used to have a license up under that or whatnot. So, you know, you can just hire a registered nurse to come in. That could still be your group home that you own. And I wanted to do that. I just never had the funds to do it. But it costs to be the boss, is what I'm saying. So, like, I was telling my son something earlier, and I felt like he was talking back. He felt like he wasn't talking back, but you're talking back to me. It costs to be the boss. For one, I'm your mama. So if I tell you to shut up, even if you feel like you want to keep on talking, you need to shut the fuck up. And he was like, so when do I have the right to, if you saying something that I don't agree with, to speak up? Not right now, because I said shut the fuck up. So obviously another time will be the time that you can speak up. And you got to learn how to take criticism too. Like, I was telling him he didn't clean up good, but he's telling me I do clean up good. Well, to me, you didn't. So therefore, I'm telling you that you didn't do a good job, and you're offended because I'm telling you that you didn't do a good job. And now you feel like you should be able to say, well, I feel like I did a good job. Why? Well, you said that only Lex and Lily do a good job. I feel like I did a good job. Well, if I feel like you didn't, then you didn't. And I keep on asking you to be quiet, so that means shut the fuck up. But if I say you need to be quiet one time and you still keep on talking, I'm not about to keep on saying you need to be quiet. You need to be quiet. That's going to turn into you need to shut the fuck up. Because it costs to be the boss. Meaning I'm the mother. First of all, I'm older than you. Second of all, I gave birth to you. Third of all, if it's a certain way that I want something to be cleaned up, that's how the fuck I want it to be cleaned up. So if you didn't do it that way, then I feel like you didn't do a good job. I'm just telling you that you didn't do a good job and you need to do it over. If you catching an attitude, it's a problem. It costs to be the boss. Like, you haven't even experienced half the shit that I experienced. That's just like him getting a ticket the other day, walking with his friends. And they basically gave him a ticket for jaywalking. And my son, oh, I'm not worried about the police. Only I can say that. And you know why I'm not worried about the police? Because I know my rights. You don't know your rights. You should go and learn them before you start talking about I ain't worried about the police. And it's not, oh, he just acting like me, because no, he's not. I ain't worried about the police. 1, because I know my rights. 2, because I don't be out here doing fucked up shit. 3, you gotta show me respect. 4, I'm a fucking adult. So those are differences right there. You're a kid. They treat kids different than they treat adults. For one, I've been living. That's just like if I go kill somebody right now or I get caught with a gun, I might get in trouble and have to be thrown in jail. You being a kid might be able to get like, oh, well, he's a minor. Or he's this, or he's a first time offender or something like that. You see how the situations are different. But me being grown, they're going to be like, well, you knew better. You knew what you were doing. So you got to pay for the crime that you did. It all falls under it costs to be the boss too. I'm grown. Meaning I've been working towards things. Whether people on the outside see it or not. I've been working towards it. Okay? Therefore, you don't tell me, well, mommy, you don't take criticism well either. Don't tell me I don't take criticism well. You just mad that I'm telling you you didn't do something good enough. Same thing about going to school. Well, I'm a kid and this, that, and the other. You think you grown. Talking back to me right now. So what can you do for yourself? Well, I could go enroll myself in school. How? You can't go enroll yourself in school. And you go to the school that you go to right now because all this bullshit was going on and you wasn't speaking up and getting yourself out of it. So me being the parent, the one who is costing to be the boss, I got to go and enroll you in school. And you go to the school that you go to for a reason. So you can't just be saying, well, it's schools that I can walk down the street and go to, because technically, no, it's not. You go to the school that you go to for a reason. And you haven't been going there for a reason. But you being a kid don't know the reason. But I do. You know why? Because I'd have paid the cost to be the motherfucking boss. I've experienced a lot more than you have. I know a lot more than you. You could be smart, but some people so smart they stupid. And that's why I was telling my son, you so smart, you fucking stupid. Don't call me stupid. You acting stupid. And the first thing that makes you act stupid is me telling you to shut the fuck up as your mother, and you keep on talking. That's stupidity number 1, because I said shut the fuck up. That's just like, how can I defend you if you won't shut the fuck up? You will need me to defend you against other people, but if you can't even listen to me when I tell you to shut the fuck up, I can't defend you because you think you grown and know what you're doing. But it costs to be the boss. I can say I'm not worried about the police. You need to shut the fuck up when I tell you to shut the fuck up. Flat the fuck out. It costs to be the boss. That's just like in the spiritual realm. That's just like ranking and shit like that for all you motherfuckers who want to be Masons and Eastern Stars and all that shit. Don't y'all got to work y'all way up to the top? Like, you don't just come in being a 33. You have to legit make your way up to the fucking top. You got to climb the ladder. That's just like for people who be out here struggling. You starting a business or something. You worked when you ain't have shit. You had pennies to your name, but you was the one who was investing in your business. Now you at the point where you can hire people to come and help you. This my business. You're helping me. I have to pay you for helping me, but you didn't do all the shit that I did. You wasn't struggling with nothing. You didn't help me. You basically, you wasn't with me shooting in the motherfucking gym. So therefore, you can't just come in the gym demanding the basketball. You got to wait till I pass it to you because it costs to be the boss. I built this gym. I was here when it didn't have a basketball rim, not even a ball in this bitch. Now the ball is in my hands on my court. So therefore, you're coming to join me. You're a member on the team right now. But I started this team, so I'm coach. It costs to be the boss. People don't be wanting to go through the hard ass shit. They just be wanting to jump and be the boss. But you can't do that. It's just like the story of the hen that baked the bread. She was asking for help. Hey, can you come help me get the barley? Can you help me get the wheat? Can you help me? Can you help me? And everybody was telling her no. She had to grab all the ingredients by herself. She had to prep everything by herself. Then she had to bake the bread by herself. And then she had to let it cool off. Then she had to slice the bread. By the time she sliced the bread, now everybody want to come along and eat the bread. No, it costs to be the boss, motherfucker. You ain't baked this shit. You ain't even want to go to the store to get the eggs. You didn't want to do a motherfucking thing, but you want to eat the bread. And that's what I be explaining to people. It costs to be the boss. And people just be thinking shit be handed down to people. Like, you don't even know my struggle or what I went through, what I didn't talk about. You don't be knowing all of that. You only know what you think you know, what you appear to know. Who is that? Where is you going? What?
Daddy came to you.
What?
Daddy came to you.
Well, I didn't say you. Did you call? Did you ask me if you could go to your daddy's house?
You said I could leave.
But did you tell me that you were leaving? Close the door.
No.
You see what I'm saying? Daddy coming to get me. Because I said you got a smart ass mouth and you call your daddy. But he won't take him to school.
He goes to take us to work.
Where he at?
Outside.
Okay, well, you didn't ask me. Can you go nowhere?
You just said I could.
You just need to ask.
Can I go?
Get out. See how motherfuckers be thinking they grown? It costs to be the boss. He's just like his dad, but got on the shoes that I bought. But he said he was grown. So I don't be worried about that shit. And like Al can come pick them up. So like I said, go steal and do all that extra ass shit, but can't take them the fuck to school. Like kids be thinking they grown. You motherfucking get the fuck out my shit, motherfucker. Because you're not even going to talk back to me. That's why I be saying, I don't even understand how the people be dealing with kids who be fighting them and shit. Bitch, you ain't even about to talk back to me. Get your shit and get the fuck up out of here until you learn some motherfucking respect. Like the fuck I said. But anywho, it costs to be the boss. And that I be thinking about that in every aspect, even when it comes to my kids. Like, oh, I'm not worried about the cops. I can do this, I can do that. You can't even go get on the regular bus to take your motherfucking self to school. But you swear you can make some money to pay for this ticket that you got. But you can't even come up with a few dollars to catch the bus. And this is why I be sitting the fuck back explaining shit the way that I'm not kissing my ass or bending over it backwards and doing all that extra shit for no disrespectful ass, lying ass kids at that. And I have good kids. Don't get me wrong. But at times when they don't know how to shut up, bitch, you got me fucked up. Get the fuck out. You can't go to your daddy's house where that shit is accepted. And he don't even do shit for you anyway. He can come pick you up to lollygag and drive around and not do shit with your motherfucking self. But he can't even take y'all to and from school. Even if he was to come and take y'all to that bitch late every day, he don't even care to come and do that. No. It's unacceptable. And that's why I don't got respect for my baby daddy. And then he want to come over here to me. I don't got to listen to you. Actually, you kind of do when it comes to these kids because you're nobody. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but maybe I do. Like I said, as a parent, you would think to do shit to help your motherfucking kids without people asking. And people be wondering why I be sitting on my ass right now. Because it costs to be the fucking boss. And I've been doing this shit. Been bending over backwards. Been dealing with kids, taking care of them, and all that type of shit. Dealing with smart ass mouths and fuckery. Mir can go live with Al. If he wants to. I wouldn't give a fuck. You can come over here when you feel like it. Every other weekend. Or like how you go to your daddy's house every 6 months. Because I don't tolerate disrespect. Or karma. Karmic kids. Karmic family. Karmic friends. I did that shit when I know that it costs to be the boss. I'll be damned if I be sitting around letting people disrespect me. And that's how I feel when it comes to anything. Even the fucking police. It costs to be the boss. You ain't the boss, bitch. You're an officer. It costs to be the boss. You're a police officer. I'm the boss of my motherfucking life. Therefore, you can't just go around telling me what the fuck to do to a certain extent because I'm grown. And if I'm not breaking any rules, I'm not breaking any rules. And once you know that, it costs, I'm telling you, it costs to be the boss. People be thinking that they can belittle you or keep you stuck or tell you what to do and all that type of shit, and you can't. Because it costs to be the boss. But did you pave the way for me? Did you pay the way for me? Did you pave the way for me? Did you do any fucking thing for me? Because if you didn't, you ain't the boss of my motherfucking life. And that goes for my kids. It goes for any fucking body. And my parents are deceased. My grandma took care of me when my mama died, and she's deceased. Those are the people who paved the way for me or paid the way for me. And I had a different type of respect for them and shit. Because Mari mopped the floor, but he left it so wet that it's drying extra slow. He could have wringed the mop out and dried it a little bit more. Excuse me. But yeah. Too much. Matter of fact, I might tell them kids to call Al and see if Mir can go live with him. And Mir can deal with, Al and Taisha can deal with Mir since they want to be his parents and shit so motherfucking bad. And they can deal with that shit. Mir is what, 16? I've been parenting all this motherfucking time. Al, it's your turn. It's your time. Go get your blessings. Yeah, come get your motherfucking kids, your pearls, your blessings from the Lord, bitch. Motherfuckers be having me fucked up. Crazy. Even Lex and Lily telling me, I ain't telling Mir to be quiet. He's still motherfucking talking. Even Lex and Lily telling him, you need to be quiet. He's so fucking smart, he's stupid. See if it's something at the top of my closet. But yes, it costs to be the boss in any aspect. And that's one reason that I walk around, I guess, what people would call bossy like. Because, baby, I've been through too much motherfucking shit. It most definitely costs to be the fucking boss around this motherfucker. And that's why people probably think I don't listen to people. I don't have a reason to be listening to certain shit. Yeah. The food been done, and I been asked you if you wanted to eat. So don't ask me no dumbass question like, is the food done? Be doing the fucking most. But he gonna learn. And I'm not one of those ones that be like, oh, well, that's just like going to school and having a smart mouth and shit. That's why I be having to go to the school and shit. It don't be Al. It be me. having to go to school and all that extra ass shit. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Learn when to shut the fuck up. Sometimes, even if you right, you still gotta shut the fuck up. You know how many times I knew I was right and I just had to be quiet because it wasn't the right time or the right place? But when it's the right time or the right place, I say what the fuck needs to be said. That's what I be trying to teach him. But he too fucking smart. He's stupid. And I'm telling you to shut up. You need to learn how to shut up. It costs to be the boss. You're not no fucking boss. You a kid, like the fuck I said. Or an amateur, like the fuck I said. And sometimes you need to know when you're in the presence of a boss. And it ain't always the outside appearance. That's why they got a show called Undercover Boss. Because you might just be looking at somebody and you wouldn't assume that they're a boss. But a boss, it ain't about watches, cardies, clothes, or none of that shit. In the words of my Uncle Kevin, hard work pays off. Hard work makes you a boss. Being a boss come from the heart. Being a boss come from what you've been through. You ain't been through shit. You ain't never did shit and really survived that shit. You're not a boss. You're a peasant. A pussy. An amateur. You're like an intern. Entry level. And you gotta still get on my level. And that's what I be saying. It be people trying to talk to me disrespectful and shit, and you ain't even on my level. In no way, shape, or form. And it ain't got shit to do with no fucking money. Look at some tissue. Lavin, what do you have? Oh. But yes, in the words of him, hard work pays off. And that's, you got to pay your way with hard work. To be the boss. I ain't got no respect for nobody who trying to come in and boss me around and you not no motherfucking boss when I'm the boss. I don't give a fuck who you are. And if you on my level, that means you a boss too. And I'm respecting you as a boss. But you don't know what you doing. You entry level and you going around talking a whole bunch of shit. No. Oh, hell no. But that be the shit that I be dealing with in real life. These are situations that I deal with. And this is how I can make videos and talk about certain shit. Again, that's why you can't steal certain content and be trying to tell people stories for them. Bitch, you haven't walked a mile in my shoes. It costs to be the motherfucking boss. You gotta live this life in order to tell this story. Even if you think you a fucking intuitive tarot reader, bitch, you don't know me. You gotta live this life to tell this story. You know, again, how the rappers say, I don't just talk this shit, I live this shit. So who the fuck is a bitch ass nigga or a pussy ass bitch to go around thinking that they can tell some information about me or a story about me when you literally don't know me? How can you try to take credit for somebody else's work, somebody else's story, and it costs to be the fucking boss? Like the nerve and audacity of you motherfuckers. But I was just listening to a reader earlier, who I like very much, by the way. And she was saying the same thing, like, you know, you've been through so much. People think they can talk to you anyway, do you any type of way, because they never got in trouble for it. And that even be with my kids. I be trying to show my kids so much respect that now I'm having to get nuck if you buck with them, and bitch, I'll slap the fuck out you. Come again. Same thing with anybody. If it was a job and you were my boss, bitch, I'll slap the fuck out you. Come again. Because granted, it costs to be the boss. I'm a boss too. So you gotta treat me like a boss. I'm sorry. And that's why me and Jobs don't get along. And it don't be that I can't take criticism. The problem is you got to talk to me like I'm on your level. And a lot of people don't want to give you credit that you actually on their level. And you know why they don't even be knowing? Because they don't know your backstory. They don't know you. And they don't know what you know. They just be judging. Same thing for my kids. They don't even be knowing half the shit I have to do to sacrifice for them or anything like that. They don't be knowing. They be on the outside looking in like everybody else. Some stuff they know. A lot they don't. So, to think I'm going to let a bitch talk to me like they crazy, oh, hell motherfucking no. Hell no. Again, I don't give a fuck who you is. God don't even talk to me crazy. The fuck? God don't even talk to me crazy. You think I'm about to let you do it? No. That's where shit don't work. And it don't be adding up. And if you a boss, you know how to do the books up in this bitch. Do it add up? Do it make sense? But yes, just thinking about shit in everyday life. And this is how I'll be able to come up with this shit. Because I live this shit. I don't got to sit around and make up stories or peek into other people's life and spy on them and shit. I don't got to go stalk other people's social medias. I don't got to go do none of that. I tell real life stories of shit that I experience every fucking day. So when I'm reading cards and pulling energy and shit like that and applying shit to the situations that I've been through. My bad. I put my phone on the charger. But yeah, that's what I be doing. So we totally different. I don't tap into other people's business and shit like that. I don't tell other people's story. I don't copy people. I live this shit for real. And that's the difference between me and a lot of people. They be too busy running their mouth about everybody else's life. Everybody else's situation. So much they can't even see their own. That's like I be saying about people and their kids. I be telling people, I yell at my kids. Yes, I be having to cuss at them sometimes too. Just like I'm saying right now, how I had to tell my son something earlier. And matter of fact, since you keep talking back, get the fuck out. Call your goddamn daddy. Because guess what? You ain't going to do it here. And you can say, oh, I don't have no problems with that. Your damn daddy don't do shit for you. You don't live with him. So therefore, he don't even deal with you. I do. So yeah. People be having me fucked up. Every motherfucking body. Even sometimes the court of law be having me fucked up. No. Hell no. I can't let people treat me like I ain't a boss. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I cannot let people treat me like I'm not a boss. The moment you start trying to treat me like I'm not a boss, you need to get the fuck on and find you something safe to do. And real recognize real, so a boss recognizes another boss. Some people be intimidated by you, like I said. That was like what I was saying in my video that I did this morning. Some people just legit be intimidated by the strength that you have. And my son, he got good potential to be a boss. You know why he ain't a boss yet, though? Because it costs to be the boss. He ain't doing the work yet. You got to do the work. And that's you motherfuckers' problem. None of y'all believe in doing the work. But hard work pays off. You can't just be going around thinking that you can do what you see other people do. It costs. It's levels to this shit. It's ranks in this shit. And I can't let nobody knock me down off my square or anything like that. I'm on boss status. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. It costs to be the boss. I'm the boss over here. And I know how to be submissive too. Because, you know, I could be submissive to somebody else who paved the way and it costs for them to be the boss as well. And now they're the boss, so I want to be the submissive one. I know how to do all that. I know how to take criticism as well. But being that I'm also a boss, I know when criticism be bullshit. That's what I'm saying. People be mad when they just can't get shit over on you and shit. But I'm about to call. Matter of fact, I'm about to have my daughter call Al because I don't got his motherfucking number. And I'm going to see if he want to get custody of Mir. And Mir can come see me every other weekend. Because I don't got time for that shit. But y'all have a great day. And remember that when you come talking to me, it costs to be the motherfucking boss. Now let me clean up my room so I can relax.